I've been delving back into oldies for a while now and learning about some of the stranger ducks out there, and it's always kind of fun. People were learning, trying to figure out this new hobby space for something they like doing. This did lead to some of the games trying to look back and learn what they already did. Others tried to refine what they liked to a fine point. Crimson Cutlass decided to go a slightly different route. Published originally in 1979 by Better Games, Crimson Cutlass is a pirate game written by guys who asked themselves a very simple question. How much soul can we put into a single game? We're going to be going over the 2018 Super Duper Edition, a Super Duper Edition which is over 1,500 pages long across all its various supplements, sidebooks, half jokes, and their own various writings over its 40-year lifespan. Will I be going over all 1,500 pages? No, I won't even really be going over the full book, but I will be talking about the bare essentials of the game that seems a lot more intimidating than it actually is. The most important part of Crimson Cutlass is, of course, is a character. Cyrus MacGuffin, pirate extraordinaire and future king of the... Oh, it's not that kind of pirate game? Well, damn. But, well, he's a pirate and he's gonna try his best. The first aspect of character are their traits. Dashing, cunning, stout, and lordly. All summarize the basic foundations of a hero. Alright, how do we determine them? Well, you don't. You select one and roll on this chart to see if you have them. It is a yes or no. As a dashing hero, Cyrus rolled and only got cunning. Only really dashing has a vague chance of getting everything, but it's all about the consistency for some of them. After that, you'll be rolling for the number of skills you have, which is to say not a whole lot of different skills at first, so these must have numbers, right? Again, no. One of the stranger aspects of Crimson Cutlass is the presence of a very strict binary when it comes to a majority of things. You have the fencing skill, or you don't. You are a goldsmith, or you're not. You have a pouch of coins, or you don't. You have X, or you don't. That fundamental truth defining a lot more about a character than it lets on. Let's get back to skills though. Most of them cover a lot more than the traditional skill itself. Accountant bookkeeper has extra money, connections, and banking ties. While being an inquisitorist means that you gain the torture skill, but also lets you influence things if you are openly religious or not. But being a longbowman means that guns are cringe and you're going to shoot a fucking arrow at a cannon instead. A diversity of skills are often necessary and good, even if they aren't all necessarily useful even. Some come up in rare circumstances, others are little more than a meme option that the book actively says it's a joke option. Others are also bizarre, such as briber to bribe people, or merchant, which it feels like 80% of the other skills give you for free. Oh, and there is also swimming. If you don't have swimming, you actually get a special skill, and expertise in drowning. And congrats, you've managed to complete 95% of character creation. The game says it's the ultimate goal of play is to increase your level, and to do such you'll need to complete various ignoble deeds and increasingly desperate methods. A landlubber's ship engagement may be a rickety old shitbox versus your equally terrible shitbox. While to earn the title of legendary pirate, you may need to 1v1 the entire Spanish treasure fleet. Personally, I'd recommend limiting it down to half of the first 3 ranks, then slowly expanding the needed options as you gain in level and power. If the GM wants, you can get stuck if a raid isn't taking place or you can't quite get a good opportunity for a decent fight. But as you level up, you'll also be acquiring make rolls, which are a meta currency reflecting your luck per scenario. If you're making a make roll, you say, I do the thing, and it automatically happens. Though make rolls only occur through one person per battle, why I don't really know. Then we actually have the real resolution system, which is to say the system is a 2d8 beat a target number. Few, if any, modifiers are ever added to the roll, and most of the time they aren't even required if you have the skill, though difficulty can be sporadic at best. If the dice are hitting the table, Lady Luck is up to bat, and she's a righteous bitch when she wants to be. But while I'm here, I may as well muse about boats and such. The system present is simple enough. A lot about the boat section is the tonnage and giving you the details, but most of it boils down to that same yes-no question. Do you have sailors? Do you have cannons? Are you being piloted correctly? And so on and so forth. This even extends to the rather confusing, laid out, and equally wonky military command system in this game, which was very clearly someone's tism, and I respect it. But it's also a mess of if and or maybe but perhaps statements. But let's get to real piracy. On guard! And other such duels of fate and blades. Fighting is probably going to happen in your pirate adventure, and Crimson Cutlass does have in its own unique way. Rather than dice, a tarot deck is used to simulate the flow of a duel, which the game itself seems rather lackadaisical about. Do you declare a target? No. Draw a card. Do I attack with pistol or blade? No. Consult the card. The card is law, and whatever occurs on it. It's a bit weird at first, but I'll explain. Cyrus is dueling the evil Baron Lafont, and both draw their card. Cyrus is a PC and needs to determine how he wants to fight, brash, calculated, defensive, or flailing like an idiot. As he's smart man, he goes calculated, swinging his blade about to outsmart the Baron. He drew a standard 8, so you'll look at the chart and read it out. Despite the din of clashing arms, you calmly take aim and fire. Success and dispatch one opponent. Victory is assured almost immediately as he rolls, but he only scores a 7. Close, but no cigar. If he had the tenacious pistol fire as a special technique, he'd also get an advantage and roll an extra d8. But oh no! The Baron Lafont has drawn his card, and as an NPC, he just goes by what's on it. A reverse King of Rods. Fortune smiles on Cyrus as the reverse cards are bad news. The opponent stumbles and falls into you while slashing, fail and fall with a wound. As it's only a 4, nothing actually happens here, but things can get out of hand pretty fast. And that's combat in a vast majority of other situations in the game, actually. Ship combat, land combat, even boarding uses this same system of draw cards, read result, pray for results. It's entirely possible to draw a bad card and just get splattered. Do you have a lot of authority in these exchanges, though? Not really. You're watching your pirate do things and influencing the results by rolling, not necessarily doing things yourself. The card tells you if they are disarmed, not you making a disarm check. The card tells you they are on the ground dying after a blow, not you making a successful attack. It's a strange system, to say the least. Bizarre may even be a better way of wording it, and other variants of it throughout the book reinforce some of the stranger aspects, as you may be moving to and fro through a battlefield with absolutely zero input on the matter. But that's the simple method. Crimson Cutlass likes stuff, and stuff is usually adding more options. Doubling the number of approaches, swaggering techniques to get bonuses, entering swaggering duels where you gamble with your techniques to pop someone's head with a pistol or end up dead just as fast. Expand things out with sieges, barrage cards, and ship combat. Do you go above or below deck during a boarding incident? Hell, maybe you just want to wing it and try to do a ship battle, land battle, and personal duel at the exact same time, and miraculously it'll work. If you squint a little bit. 1,500 pages of Crimson Cutlass is about toys, options, and stuff, and forcing you to live that pirate dream. Is it a lost treasure buried in the dunes? It's a mysterious creature of a game that could have been. A game that tries to put a million events into the hands of the PCs and forces them to act the best they can. What you lose in more direct and personal control, the game returns in details and stuff to let you exert that control elsewhere. Yeah, dueling is drawing tarot cards and hoping for the best. But here's the rather extensive military system, or trying to custom make your very own galleon. That's the thing. Do that. Do the thing that you are passionate about, and damn the rest. An idea that Crimson Cutlass lives by, and it refuses to elaborate any further on. I'm curious. I'm interested, and a part of me wants to do surgery on it and pick out the parts that I like. It's an interesting look at a different time and a different perspective on TRPGs. One that I think as a designer we can all appreciate a little bit. My name is Notepad Add-on, and this was Crimson Cutlass. If you like what I do here, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe as always. A many thanks to the Pirate Lords of the White Room for their continued support. Godspeed, good luck, and shiver me timbers!
You and me, my friend. We were